What's up, everyone? My name is Fred, and in today's video I'm going to talk about my March. So March was my best month. However, it didn't come without obstacles. So I'm going to get into it. I'm going to show you my earnings for March. I'm going to tell you my stories, my trips and all that, and my strategy for March. So I'm in Phoenix, and here in Phoenix, luckily baseball, the strike was over and we had our spring training here in March. So obviously that helps a lot with traffic, travelers and stuff like that. So I was actually booked up for pretty much all of March, at least the days that my car was available. And I'm going to show you my calendar for March and my earnings. But again, it didn't come without obstacles. So here, as you can see here, for March, I had 4 trips. I had one from March 4th through 7th, then March 9th through 13th, and then 14th through the 21st, and then 27th through the 31st. So great month. The vehicle wasn't available until March 4th, actually. So my car was in the shop all of February, literally. From February 2nd to March 3rd is when I got it back. And then March 4th, I had already a booking, an advanced booking here. So I definitely wanted to make sure I had it in the shop because of a small bumper damage on the front bumper. Very minor. It wasn't like an accident, it was just scraped up. So I got that fixed after a month almost. Well, actually, it took a month. And then I had my first trip. It went perfectly. The guy actually was going to Vegas to meet up a friend and hang out there. So that was that. And then I had the other one, which it was a local guy, family coming in. His son was getting married, so he needed an extra vehicle. So that was that. And then my weekly trip, the one from March 14th to the 21st, it was a traveler coming out from out of state visiting. And then the last one was actually a repeat customer. So he had rented my car, I think in December, and then he needed it again. So he texted me, reached out to me. Last time I'd given him my phone number because he said, hey, I'm gonna probably need to rent your vehicle. So I gave him a little bit of a discount. So that's how my month went. And if you look at my earnings here, $1,960 was my earnings. And if you could see here a little bit, there's a little purple there, $26 on top of the $1,960. The 26 is the last guy went over the mileage. So because I wasn't technically paid until April, that's why I chose under April, but it was really March's earnings. So I got no future bookings, as you could see. Right now, my vehicle, so I have it, so today's Tuesday, I have it off, unavailable from yesterday through Thursday. I've got a couple things. I got a windshield repair that I'm gonna do, easy stuff, and then some other small maintenance that I have scheduled for Thursday. So that's why I have it blocked. But yeah, so with March, again, best month ever. However, it didn't come easy. So part of it was the weekly booking that I had, the third trip for the month of March, where the guy had it for a week. I had a bad feeling about it, and I guess I was due for it, but car came back, smelled like weed badly. So part of my earnings was the $250 smoking fee that I was able to collect, which was pretty good. If I could go back, I wish it didn't happen, even though I got $250 out of it. It's just a hassle, as you may or may not know, getting the smell out. So what I did is I'm gonna show you the products that I used to work on getting that smell out. I used the Ozium spray. It's the new car smell spray. So I bought a big can. I think it was probably like 7 ounces, 7.5 ounces. and pretty much went through it all. So what I did is I continuously sprayed the lining, and by the way, this is not the car, the lining, the carpet, I had leather seats. I actually ended up buying a leather cleaner / odor remover from Leather, because I worked aggressively on that smell. Ozium, I used the McGuire's odor bomb. That's the one where you leave the car running with the AC blasted for like 15 minutes. Continuously using Ozium, and then I ended up getting an ozone air purifier from Amazon for like $60. And finally I got the smell out. And actually my last guy that booked my vehicle, he came back, he's like, you know, the car smelled a little bit like weed. So the smell was almost out, but not completely. And I told him, yeah. So he was just making sure, hey, just so you know, I wasn't the one that's smoking. And I'm like, yeah, I know it was the guy before you. So, but that ozone machine, so everything helped. The leather cleaner, and I'm gonna put the links in the description box below for what I used. Everything helped a little bit, and the ozone machine I feel like was kind of like the cherry on top. So that kind of really helped remove any little bit of smell that was left. So I got that, and then also my repeat customer scraped my bumper a little bit on the side. So again, not major, minor scrape. Just got to unfortunately go through the claims process, and actually called the body shop that did the work last month, or February now, and I told them, hey, gotta do what we did last time, except this time I don't want the car in the shop for a month. So they're gonna try to work it out with me. That's still in the works. Luckily, the guest, again, it's a repeat customer, very good guy. I told him, hey, you know what, instead of going through your insurance or going through Turo's insurance, which he had purchased, they were going to charge him a $500 deductible. I told him, I'll take care of it. I have a $250 deductible. If you're willing to Venmo me, Apple Pay, Zelle me $250, I'd appreciate it. Luckily enough, he did, and he ended up Zelle sending me money, $250. And I already got the preliminary payout from Turo. So Turo's estimate was $527. They deducted $250, so I ended up getting whatever the difference was, a couple hundred to something, and then or maybe it was $572. Anyways, I got a couple hundred from Turo, and then the $250 that the my guests sent me. So at least I got that covered. I'm gonna see what the shop says in terms of what the cost, the total cost will be. So with Turo, they'll give you 45 days from the date of the claim to get it fixed, and they'll pay any overage, which they did last time too. So last time the repair ended up being $3,200. They changed out the whole bumper, even though it was a scrape. So I think this time around I told them I'm good if you just sand it out, repaint it, make it look like new. So we'll see what happens there. So that was my March, and my strategy for March was I had higher pricing. My car was available in 1 hour. So couple of my bookings, so let me go back here. So my two middle bookings, the one from March 9th through 13th and the one from March 14th through the 21st were same day bookings. In fact, one was, I think, within 2 hours. I think about 2 hours. So from the time he booked it, he actually initially had set it up to pick up he booked it at 9 a.m., had it initially set up to pick up at noon, and then after he booked it, I messaged him, he messaged back, and he's like, hey, can I actually come pick it up sooner? I'm like, yeah, the car's available. So I think he ended up coming around 10:30. I had him update his reservation time for insurance purposes. He had no problem doing that. I don't think it changed the price for him because he was still within the 24 hours, so he wasn't charged like an extra day's worth. So worked out for him. Car was available. The other booking, same day booking, although he booked it in the morning traveling, and then the pickup was that night. So I was able to capture that booking. So the key for me has been always making sure cars available in an hour. I've had 20 trips under my belt. Only one time I've literally had someone pick it up in 1 hour, and that's because she had reserved another vehicle. The host had canceled a booking last minute, and then she's stuck without a car. So Turo actually reserved my vehicle for her to pick up in an hour, just because it was readily available within, I guess, probably her price range that the other vehicle was, I'm assuming. So it worked out perfectly. But yeah, so that's how my March went. Again, my best month as far as earnings, my most issues that I've had, again, a small bumper repair again that I have to go through in the weed. But a very profitable month for me, my best month. And again, what helps me with my bookings, just overall, my recommendation, if you're doing Turo or if you want to do Turo, if at all possible, try to make your vehicle available in as little time as possible. So with me, what I do, guest returns it back same day. Usually I'll wash it unless it's like 8 or 9 p.m. I'll wash it the next day. I'll make sure it's blocked so that way I don't get a booking and I gotta get it washed and all that. So that's the key to me. I have my prices higher. People are willing to pay it. Why? Because my car's available right away. They want, if they want a vehicle, they want a vehicle, and mine's available. They don't have to wait 12 hours. They don't have to book a day in advance, 12 hours in advance, 6 hours in advance. They can come pick it up in an hour. My vehicle's not, it's Turo Go eligible. However, because of the age of my vehicle, that technology's, even though it's available, it doesn't function well. It doesn't function properly, I should say. So it's not available on Turo Go. Otherwise, if I could have, I would have had it available in 5 minutes. Someone can reserve it, come pick it up in 5 minutes. So that'd be my recommendation for you guys. If you're doing Turo, try to have that as little as possible, that pickup window, the advance notice window, as little as possible. And also, here, I'll show you my settings here. Let's see, so vehicle, there it is. Trip preference, so you advance notice 1 hour. Again, can't do anything less than that. Trip buffer 3 hours, and then trip duration. So I don't have like a minimum or a maximum. So, and that really can help with same day bookings. Like if someone wants it, say 10 a.m., return it at 4 p.m., they could do that. I'll get the day's worth of booking, even though they get it for 6, 8, 10 hours, whatever the case may be. And then I turned this off to require longer weekend trips. I would say I've had 2 bookings, two to 3, maybe 2 to 4 bookings where I've had 1 day bookings. Now, I'm able to do that only because, again, my price is higher. So if someone needs a car, there's not that many cars that they could book it for a day, especially on a weekend. I have that option available for them. And because I have that option available for them, I'm able to charge more because that's, what they're getting. They're getting the service that they want. So when you get something that you want, the service, a product, whatever it is, if it checks all the boxes, you're going to pay more for that product. So that's why I have my price higher. because people are willing to pay for the convenience, the flexibility. And then the long-term trips, I have that on. So if someone's searching for long-term trip, I don't know exactly what that means with Turo. I don't know if it's 30 or more days, but I figured, you know, I have it on in case someone is looking. And here in Phoenix, especially during the winter months, sometimes we'll get people that are snowbirds. They're coming here for the winter, a month, 2 months, 4 months. Again, I haven't come across a long-term booking yet. The most I've gotten is like a, I think 8 or 9 day booking. But you know, I have that feature on. I have that option available just to help come up in as many searches as possible in the Turo searches and on the Turo platform algorithm. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have how your month of March was. It was madness for me, but at the end of the day, it's a part of the deal, and it's part of what I do here. And you know, those damages, those smoking, it's gonna happen. So now that I've had smoking in my car already, at least I know exactly what I need to do to take care of it, and I'll pick up another $250 if someone decides to smoke in my car. Hopefully you guys have had a wonderful March and a good April. So for April, no bookings yet. I've planned out my first couple weeks in April. I haven't really set my entire April calendar yet. Haven't checked the market yet. I have through 3 weeks of April. I still have the last week of April. I've sort of put it off just because of all the stuff that I've had to go through from my March bookings and the couple issues that I'm working through, small issues that I'm working through for this week with the windshield and with the maintenance that I have to do, and then the bumper issue that I have to resolve. You know, until I get my bumper fixed, my car is available, will be available. Obviously, the scratch there, it's pre-existing, so it's not going to impact my future guest. However, I will let anyone know until I get my bumper fixed. Just as a heads up, I'll let them know, hey, just so you know, there's minor bumper damage. It's just a scrape, nothing, it's not an eyesore, but just to let them know, because I don't want them renting the vehicle thinking it's in perfect condition when it's pretty much in very good physical condition, just that small scrape. So I don't want the guests to have an issue with it, give me a low rating. So that's another thing. Just make sure, you know, if there's anything that your guests need to know about, whether, hey, my last guest smoked, car may smell like a little bit of smoke, it's not too bad, or, you know, if there's pre-existing damage from a previous guest until you get it fixed, let your future guests know that, hey, if you don't have a problem with these, my car is available for you. And obviously, if they're like, you know, they don't want to deal with that or drive a car that has maybe a scrape on the side or wherever the case may be, have them cancel. So you don't want to cancel it because it'll go against your cancellation. Just let them know, all right, no problem, I appreciate it, just go ahead and cancel your trip, and that way it doesn't impact your metrics. All right, so hopefully this information was good, helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and feel free to comment. I will reply to any questions that you guys may have, and until the next video, take care.